Okay. There we go. I think. Okay. We are live. And so let's see if this will work. Oops. Forgot my touchpad doesn't work on my laptop anymore. I disabled it. It still works. I just disabled it because I don't like it because I always rest my wrists right there. Okay, so let's put that in. And then you should be able to pin message. There we go. Ta-da! I remembered how to do it. Okay, sorry. I know we are time's a wasted and we got lots of candies to package. I just wanted to see because I wanted to see the shorts view if there's anything that I can do to tweak it. Auto. Yeah, that's all auto. So what's this do? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so if you're watching this on the live, on the short stream, and you want to see the whole table, because that gives you a little bit. I'll have to remember. Let's move this around so our friends on the shorts stream get to see everything too. So that puts us more in the center. I do believe. Ooh, that was an awful sound. Let's see. I need to unplug this. No, unplug this. There we go. Swip this around. Okay. There we go. Ta-da! And now we need to, yeah, I think we can move it over a titch. Just a tish off. So we're going to move it right there. And that way I know where we're at. So the table's still a little damp. But one of the things that we need to, there's several things we need to package up. And I do samples last. So those are our sample labels. We've got butter rum, cotton candy, bubblegum. But these are only the 2 ounces. So I'm going to show you how I do labels right now. Excuse me as I take a sip of my Dr. Pepper. I shouldn't be drinking Dr. Pepper right now, but it is what it is. This. So we're going to move that back. This is what I use right now. Hang on one second. Okay. So, I might just turn on the iPad and so I can see chat instead of turning all the way around but I'm trying to remember how to turn off settings. Bluetooth off. There we go. That way I don't have to worry about, because I got my speakers set up because I couldn't figure out. It's been one of those days where I can't figure stuff out. So where was I? Okay, we got monitoring for there, monitoring for here. I'm wondering where, let me see if it will. God bless America, that's not what I wanted. Don't mind me as I fuddle through. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Okay. I can't see chat on Twitch or Kick. Sorry, y'all. Because I can't seem to bring that chat screen up for whatever reason. Oops. See, I have like literally 4-inch square where I can. Hang on, what's this? Multi-chat. There we go. That should work. There we go. Okay. Now. Now it's 7 minutes into the live stream and I'm finally figuring out what I'm doing here. Let's turn on some music. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear it. Heck, I don't even know if... There we go. Let's turn this down a little bit. We can have a house party, jeez. Okay. So, what we're going to do here... I don't know, the background... Let me see something. Okay. So let's... That's really weird. But I'm going to turn the music down just for a moment. And then when we get going, I'll turn it back up. Because it sounds really weird. Okay. So right now, for my labels, I print them off on full sheets and then I cut them. And the reason why I do this is because I have an old laser printer and it doesn't like to print on normal labels that are pre-cut, plus the normal labels that are pre-cut aren't the right size. So we go here and get our lineup. So they're about the same size. Okay, and then we're going to get our lineup here. Sometimes it changes. Nope, stay the same. And then I save these strips of labels, and I make labels for my containers that hold my candy. And then these should be about the same width. And then we can go and just, first we do this one. Do the top one first. So I've been saving up for a label printer, but it's about $3 grand. So, and there have been other things that I've been saving up for too, so it's slow going. So these should be okay. So I need to come down just a little bit. So this is the way that I package all the candies, and this thing is a self-healing blade, but it doesn't seem to always self-heal, especially when I do 4 layers at a time. But it does a decent enough job, and they're close enough. They are just a little bit off. Ooh, there we are. So I don't know if we're gonna focus. Come on, you can focus. But you can see they're just a little bit off, and that's okay by me for now. The label printer that I want, though, will help, so we don't have to deal with that anymore. And all my designs will print right directly on it. I just send it to printer. It goes where, and we're off to the races. And I recently just went through and redesigned all my labels so they would all be the same font, the same colors, the same like shadow and all that. I took the shadow off so they're easier to read. Okay, there's all those. Oops, did I forget to cut the top off of this one? Yes, I did. I do that every once in a while. And I try and cut it off before, because it's kind of hard to do this. There we go. There we go. And the bottom of my slippers that I have on are all sticky from candy. And I just swept and mopped all the floors. Bubble gum. So I should have washed off the bottom of my slippers. Oops. It's all good. It all comes out in the wash. Okay. So That one's a little bit wider than the other one, but that's okay. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing next week is talking to a lawyer and getting some feedback on some ideas that I have, and if that is constituted as falls within cottage food, or do I have to wait till I'm commercial, or that kind of thing. So it's kind of interesting living in Texas and having a whole different set of rules to try and learn, because I knew what resources I could call when I lived in Minnesota, but in Texas it's different. So I'm going to move this rug down here because my chair doesn't like to sit on it very well. There we go. Close enough. And then we've got all those are all cut. So I've already cut all the other ones. So we can put this guy away. And one of the things that I wanted to reach out to y'all, because I have I have what is called what do you call it? Why is this not working? Is this working? It is working. But why is it saying... There we go. What is going on? Okay. Why? This has probably not been on the whole time. I don't know. I don't know how it got muted. Let me try something. Well, that's an interesting course of events. See, here's my thing. On the monitor for the actual microphone, the little line's going up and down. When I monitor on my headphones, I can hear myself. But on the live stream, it somehow gets muted. And I don't know how, because I make sure that that little speaker looking thing is not red. It's white. And then I hit go live and it's not white. It's red. So yeah, it's a thing. So I'm going to turn off the monitoring for this so I don't hear myself in my headphones. Oh, weird. I've been live streaming for, well, since 2018. I started with my phone, went on Facebook, did live streams, did them for, I don't know, a few months. And then I got tired of getting bullied, so I stopped. Anyway, now hopefully y'all can hear me. Let's see. Let's try moving. Why won't this let me? Interesting. Let me turn it up. It will not let me turn it up. So, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Okay. So, this is what... Hang on. I'm going to grab another one. This is what I need your help with. So I need your help. When I started doing lollies, I didn't have a printer that would print this small of a label. Now I do. It's a cheap $70 thermal printer from Amazon. So I started doing these little tags, right? And I've come through different ways of doing them. I used to fold them and staple them, and then I caught myself on a staple, so I started taping them, and then it just evolved into this. So I've got a piece of cardstock printed out, nice and bright colors, but I don't like how it looks unbalanced to me, and I put the ingredients on the back. Okay, so this gets set down, taped on, and then a label put on. This is my current packaging for lollies. Since I'm focusing on wholesale, because markets right now in Texas are stupid. It's like stupid hot. The markets are great, don't get me wrong. Not defaming, putting down anybody. It's 103 degrees on Saturdays. Okay, this coming Saturday, 103 degrees. The last market I did on a Saturday was 100 degrees. I'm not going to do that to my candy, to my customers, or to myself, or to Mikey. So I've got this packaging. So I'm focusing on wholesale. And this packaging is great, but it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look real professional. Yes, I could come in and trim this down and do corner rounders. I know how to do all that, and I could do that. But when you're doing 100 labels at a time for 20 different flavors, that's 2,000 labels that I have to hand punch all four corners. So that's 8,000. You know, it's a lot of corners. So I came up with the idea that they make 1.5-inch round. This is just a piece of paper. It's not anything fancy, but I wanted to see if I could design it where it was clear and readable. So excuse my cutting abilities. I was using, I could only find the kitchen scissors, which, you know, you use to butcher chicken. But I have these. I'm gonna put this on here like that. Now I've got some iridescent labels in mind, so they're like metallic. They, excuse me, they look they remind me of 80s stuff because they've got the broken glass kind of looking thing. So I was figuring those would be cute on the front, and then these labels are 1.5 inches, and I can put, for whatever reason, I can put the ingredients on the back here. It'll be very small, but at least they'll be there. And because I can't find 1.5 inch square labels. I haven't been able to find them. I have either inch or 2-inch, and 2-inch are too big. So, or I could do another round label and just white on the back, but then you don't get to see the lolly at all. Because I thought it'd be cute to do this and then just the little label here, and you'd still get to see the color of the lolly. They do have transparent ones, but then you can't read them because this is transparent, so it's like transparent on transparent. Didn't seem very logical. So should I go ahead and get those labels? I think that looks so much more streamlined. I do have a lollipop holder that I 3D printed, both for my display and to sell to my wholesalers or give to my wholesalers. That holds, I don't even know how many lollies at the top of my head. I think it's 9. So they get a full rack of 9 different flavors, and I'm going to design another one that's tiered so they can have different tiers. And then I'm going to do another one that's going to be like they just stick in. So there'll be different options that they can have where they want to have them on a shelf or by the register. But which one do you like? Should I go ahead and purchase the labels? I'm going to do a little bit more searching. I looked on Amazon right away because I already have a bunch of my packaging coming from them. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So let me know in the comments what you think. And let's go from there. Okay, so we're not doing lollies today because I have over 100 lollies to package. And I don't want to do it this way if I'm going to change it to this way. So I'm going to talk to Mikey too. I just kind of came up with it today. I ran it by Grandpa, and Grandpa's like, you need to go where your heart leads you. And I'm like, it's not so much about heart, Grandpa. It's more about, it's more about logistics. And the fact that I can package those so much more quickly. Okay, I'm going to get a sip of something to drink here, and I will be right back. Okay, let's clip you back on. I keep seeing this wind chime that we have outside moving, and the movement catches my eye. And I think there's someone standing outside my window. All right, so before we do anything, let's get our bags ready. Okay, that's a 2-ounce bag. I can now tell just by looking at them. I'm getting good at this. So, we need to find our candies here. And we're going to use this to measure with. Yeah, it's my slippers that are sticky. Sometimes I can't tell by smelling. I gotta taste it. That's root beer. So, usually I label them. I've been really lax. That's cherry. So we have a lot to package. A lot more than I thought. This is vanilla. And this is the blueberry that I gotta find a different package for. Or blue raspberry. I believe these are bubble gum. So we'll bring these over here. Okay, so we got tart, and I didn't print any of these labels off. The tart blue raspberry and the tart grape and the tart green apple. And these are the butter rum. These are cut rock. They're really cool. And I think these are the cotton candy. They were supposed to be blue, but they turned kind of green. So I know not to use that blue with that flavor oil because it's kind of a chemical process. You're adding color to something that's colored, but there's also acids and like there's also acids within the color, and so sometimes you get an unpredicted chemical reaction, which is naturally occurring. It's not like, you know, Chernobyl or anything. All right. So we don't have a lot of these flavors. So let's start with bubblegum. What I usually do is I figure out about how much I have in the container. So let's turn this on. We're going to turn it on to ounces. So there's about 30 ounces in there, but then we got to take into consideration that the container weighs about 3 to 4 ounces. So we can do, plus we want to take out some samples. So that leaves us, let's see, 24, 26. So that leaves us about 1.5 pounds. So we'll do 4 and 8. We'll do 4 and 6 to start off with. So 4 ounces, a pound. Wait, let's do 3 4 ounces. That was a 4-ounce one. So 1, 2, 3. That's 12 ounces. And then 6, that's another 12 ounces. Or 4, that's another 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 20 ounces. And if we need to, we'll do another 2-ounce bag. Okay. Okay. So we'll get the labels on here. I'm going to cover this up before we spill it. Excuse me. And these were bubblegum. And I'm going to test one just to make sure. I'm going to go get my pinchers of peril. So we're not putting bare fingers into the bin. I just want a little piece. Because I love the cotton candy. Here's a little piece. So when I take test samples, I take about that much. And that is how I lost 25 pounds making candy. Because I'm up and I'm moving and I don't eat except for... Oh yeah, that's cotton candy. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Okay, pinchers of peril. Need to go somewhere where they'll stay clean. So we're doing bubblegum. And then I'll stop talking and turn up the music. All right, that was being a pain in the butt, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna grab a different one. Hello, Trucker Jack. Sorry, Trucker Jackal. I usually don't read numbers very well. I'm an artist, not an accountant. Okay. This is why I don't like making my own labels. Why the label printer would be so much more beautiful. But, you know, one step at a time. It's just really, this is from the center of the labels, so they don't have the nice little tabs on the side, so you can just go and stick them down. Like, I'll show you in a second how easy these other ones are. These ones are a pain in the butt, but I try and use these first so I don't have to deal with them late at night. At least it's, you know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Alright, so these are printed on my thermal printer. And they have the little piece of paper, the paper around it, so you just done. These get the same labels as these do. I flip these over. And I don't really worry about getting them straight because I'm never balanced. What candy is this? This is a bubblegum flavored candy that I make here in-house. Okay, we're done with these. where did my little garbage can go? There it is. This way I don't have to keep walking to the garbage can. So, put these back. See, these ones have the little piece of paper on the side, so these go really quick too. All right. Stay. This would be a hard candy. So I do make marshmallows and caramels, but I only make them in the fall because I'm in Texas and summertime is not kind to marshmallows. Let's see, I need a little container to put samples in. So I'll put this over here. Because if you've ever been to any of my markets, I hand out free samples. And I usually put the ones that are a little bit smaller or a little bit wonky in the sample bin. They're, if I have time today, you'll get to see how I package samples. I don't know if I'll get that far. Technical difficulties. So we're going for 4 ounces and a little over, because I don't believe in shrinkflation. Is it just me or did that music get louder? Maybe it's because it's harder. Which I love. I'm a metal girl at heart, so. See, and this table keeps bouncing around. There we go. Let's do a little smaller, please. There we go. Perfect. Now, try and squish out as much of the air as I can. We seal it, and then we'll heat seal them when we're all done with all of them. I'll just sit here and chink all the way through. Kind of far from you. Where are you from? This playlist is all creator mix, which is my friend Nick and Dee Nimmin. They have it. It's for gamers and content creators, and I actually listen to this while I'm making candy. So, all right, I think we got enough samples now, unless we find another tidbit like that. I have a very eclectic music taste. I like pretty much everything. God bless. There we go. Oh, we're at 4 already. That was quick. There we go. Count Dracula. Where? Transylvania? Isn't Count Dracula from Transylvania? But then again, my brain automatically, when anyone says Count Dracula, I instantly think of Count Chocula from the cereal. So my brain goes in a million different directions. I think we'll be able to get our full count that we wanted to get. Looking good. One more little one. There we go. Hey, I'm impressed that I remembered that. I haven't read any of the. Who is it that wrote that? Bram Stoker or something like that. I haven't read any of those kind of novels, like the classic literature, since high school. So we're talking 30 years. So, didn't someone just redo that? Not just, but someone redid that movie, and wasn't Keanu Reeves in it? And what's his name? God, I can't think of his name. I can see his face. That's why I'm a horrible person for remembering names. I'll remember your face. Once I meet you face to face, I'll remember your face till the day I die. But your name will elude me 5 minutes after I've met you, and you've told me 6 times. That's why I make a horrible salesperson. And that's why everybody's love Hunter deer. Yeah, there was one that was done recent. Well, I say recently, as in like the last 20 years. That was really good. And I want to say Keanu Reeves is in it, and Gary Oldman. I think it was Gary Oldman. And then you have like Young Frankenstein, which is Mel Brooks, and that's old, but it's still funny. Yeah, I think we actually may be able to get all our samples, and because I made lollies, and this is just what was left over in the lollipop. I'm not going to be doing the blockbuster mix, which is what these are. Is bubblegum, root beer. It'll be cotton candy, and then cola will be in there. Oh, for Pete's sake. You're going in there. You keep falling down. One more. Okay. Excuse me. Candy can be super cheap. It depends on where you stop. can't remember if I put the little dry and dries in here. Yeah, that one has one. My candy's not. But it's also handmade, small batches. This is the smallest batch I make, is the lollipop batch, which is also my test batch. So when I test new flavors, I have enough to hand it out to the people that are on my membership. And then, I know I did that one. So, that one might be too small. So I know that it's a good flavor, because I don't like grape. I don't like anything grape flavored. I mean, I barely like grape juice. I love grapes, like the actual grape itself, but I don't like anything flavored grape. So I have to have other people say, I have to ask other people, is this good? Because to me, it's awful. I wouldn't eat it anyway, you know? So that should be good for that one. Let's put one more in there. So I usually go 210 to 215 for the 2-ounce bags. Same with the 4-ounce bags. Same with I go over. That way I know for sure that they're getting what they're paying for. I mean, does it dip into my end result? You know, my profit? Yeah, a little bit. But you know what? I make candy so people can create their joy, and I'm not in this to make millions of dollars. It'd be nice, but it's not, you know, it's not my end game, end goal. We'll put that big guy in there. I think I got enough for one more bag, but we'll see. Might actually have enough for 2 more bags. Let's put that in there. Let's see what we got. PB&J is strawberry jelly, sir. Strawberry or raspberry, or if you have an IKEA, the lingonberry. That's my favorite. Or orange marmalade. I love orange marmalade. Okay, so we're gonna do one more bubblegum, but because we have gloves on, actually let's weigh this out and see where we're at. So, yeah, we can do at least 2. So let's pick out some of the smaller ones, and we'll put them as samples. There we go. Now where are we at? There we go. We'll make those samples. Put that in there, and then these will go in here just to keep them from getting all dry. And then this will go over. And let's make up this bag. Come on, Spade. Hi, Andy. I couldn't get my Fifine music thingy, microphone thingy to work. I don't know what's wrong with it. So we're listening to music on my on my sound beats thing. Oh, my alarm to start supper has started. That's fun. I was gonna do this till 5, see how far we got. The first like half hour of this live stream was just me trying to figure stuff out. Hang on, I gotta go shut that off. So we have a bead curtain that hangs between the kitchen and the office. And every time I go through there, I hit the microphone, so I made sure to mute the microphone. IKEA is probably one of my favorite stores. IKEA and Aldi. Because they have unique things. Like, I get bored with the same old thing. Okay, so we know that goes with that. We're going to set that there. And we'll get that done. But first, we're going to look at these. And these are our butter rum. So... one of the things that I was looking at, is, yeah, I'll have enough. One of the things I was looking at was, doing blackcurrant, because blackcurrant isn't popular over here. In fact, it was outlawed until a few years ago. How long do the candies last before I need to throw them away? Candy will last unopened well over a year. As long as they're heat sealed and no air gets in there, because I take out air and then I put a desiccant pack in there as well to help absorb any excess moisture that's in there. And then blue cheese dressing. But yeah, if you once you open the bag, depending on your humidity level, like if it's like 60% humidity, those things are going to turn to a solid piece of candy, and you could lick it like a lollipop if you wanted to. But if it's dry enough, that it's sugar. However long sugar lasts, and doesn't clump up or whatever. So mold can get introduced to it, but because I cook it at such a high temperature, as long as it's closed and kept sealed, you're good for a year to 2 years. The problem with, especially here in Texas, is the heat and the humidity. Just like sugar, if you leave sugar open in a bowl on your countertop, it gets hard, and because it absorbs the moisture that's in the air, the humidity. So I just tell people it's got a shelf life of a year, just to keep it, and then once you open it, it's about 6 months if you keep it in a cool, dry place. So, long explanation for that synopsis, but that's how I roll. All right, I'm gonna take this microphone off my bandana. See, it's funny. I got one person that doesn't like blackcurrant, and I got one person that does. And I had it in culinary school back in 2011, 2012, but I don't remember if I liked it or not. I know I don't like passion fruit. I remember that. but I don't remember if I liked blackcurrant or not. So I got some blackcurrant extract, and we're gonna do that testing here. And I've been saying a week, and a week turns into 2 weeks, turns to 3 weeks. But it's one of the ones that I want to do. But I need more members on my membership. So, hang on, I'm gonna go get a drink. I don't want to turn off the music for you though. But I don't need you sipping in my. I don't need to be sipping in your ear. So give me a moment. Okay, so it's really hard with it. Okay, so Andy, tomorrow I'm gonna go through this fee-fine setup, or fee-fi-fine, or however you say that, the little box that you put your microphone and the music into, because it wasn't working. I couldn't get it to work, and I was like, I'm like, screw it. I'll just hook my cell phone up to my speaker, and we'll just jam that way. So I'll need help. And no, you don't want mold. Jack, the candy is awful. The actual fruit is great. The jam works for me. I didn't get a flavor, like flavor oil that's supposed to taste like it. I got the actual extract from it. So it's extracted from the fruit. So we'll see. I got a bag of like gummies. I think they're gummies from IKEA that has raspberry and blackcurrant and one other flavor in it. And so that's been in the cupboard for like, I don't know, a couple months. But we'll pick out, and we'll, Mikey and I are going to do like a taste test and see which ones we like better. So, anywho, so next we're going to do the butter rum, excuse me. So we're gonna take this guy, I'm gonna put him over here. We're gonna see how much we got here. Yeah. There we go. This table's about ready to drive me batty. So we got a little over a pound. So we got about a pound right here. So we'll do 2 4-ounce, that's 8, and 4 2-ounce, that's 8, and that should give us our pound. Actually, let's do 3 2-ounce. That way I know I have enough for samples. So 2 4-ounce, then and then we'll do 3 there we go. And we've got the butter rim labels. And I'm going to get the side ones because I'm not going to stand here for 15 years trying to get them open. Bye, trucker. Have a sweet dreams. I don't know why I bothered to sew that bag up. I'm just gonna open it up again anyway. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because this microphone keeps pulling my baby hairs, is we're gonna find something to stick the microphone on. And so when I'm talking, I can just grab it like a regular microphone. We'll use one of these. Hang on. I'm gonna make... So I had this idea. Hang on, I'm gonna mess around with this. There we go. So I had this idea that I'm gonna make a faux lollipop out of like, what's it called? Polymer clay. And then I'm gonna walk around. If I get to go to Vid Summit this year, I'm gonna walk around with the lollipop and the microphone attached to it, and just have people talking to a lollipop. I thought it was epic, but I'm weird that way. Okay. So I'm gonna put this down and let it hang out over here. And yeah. Okay, so we got, let me take off my other glove here. There we go. So we got bubble gum. I can't tell if that's focusing or not. Yes, it is. Okay. So we got bubble gum in 4 ounces and in 2 ounces, all packaged up. We got 2 4 ounces and 5 2 ounces. And then we got a few ounces, 3 2-ounce bags of butter rum, which is the cut cane candy. Oh, no, we got 6. No, we got 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4 ounce. 5, 2 ounce. And then 3, that's of the bubble gum. And then we got 3 2 ounce of the butter rum. And then we got 1, 2, 4 ounce of the cotton candy. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 ounce of the cotton, cause cotton. Oh boy, words are hard, and that is it for me today. Just remember, be kind to one another. Okie dokie. Bye.